Hey guys, today in this month's Disney Rewind, we're going to be talking about The Jungle Cruise, released in 2021. So, before we head into our thoughts and feelings on The Jungle Cruise, quick disclaimer, this video will most likely have some spoilers in there. So if you are not caught up with this movie, come back at a later date. It is up on Disney Plus at the moment, which is how we consumed it. So, Stephanie, how did you feel about Jungle Cruise?
I quite enjoyed it. I was worried. I don't know why I was really worried. I don't know. I guess I thought, like, it's another Disney ride. It's going to be, like, how do you turn Jungle Cruise into a movie?
A 2-hour movie?
Yeah.
And it's over 2 hours, isn't it? Over 2 hours?
No, it was 2 hours exactly.
Oh, was it 2 hours exactly?
If you're not counting,
if you're not counting credits,
it was 2 exactly.
I saw the runtime, because didn't it say 2 hours and 7 minutes or so?
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
But, yeah, I was very happy with it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really liked it. I was hoping this would be more Pirates of the Caribbean than Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
But that being said, I still liked Haunted Mansion. You know, there were things still lacking with Haunted Mansion, but like Pirates of the Caribbean was definitely the far superior like Disney ride movie. So yeah, I was hoping this would be more like Pirates of the Caribbean, and I definitely think it felt that way. It had like the action, adventure, comedy, romance,
And they were
thrills, chills. That
they
sort of
were
thing.
able to come up with a story. You know, like a very like appropriate story, a story that made sense, but still adding in elements of the ride. So it was Disney was very clever.
I really liked the movie. It was lots of fun. I liked the cast. I liked the story. There's a lot of things, just a lot of moving pieces to the movie that were just really reminiscent of other movies, and I feel like that was done deliberately. Because there were elements of the movie, like the first half of the movie really reminded me of the first half of The Mummy. The first Mummy movie, you know? There's a lot of stuff really reminiscent of the first Mummy movie in the first half of the movie.
Especially,
and then the second half of the movie, a lot of stuff was really much more reminiscent. Once we got into the more supernatural stuff, that was a lot more reminiscent of like the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And then yeah, you kind of have like this Indiana Jones sort of kind of flair in there as well with the German guy, you know, him kind of almost bringing this more Indiana Jones sort of quality to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie was definitely like really reminiscent of a lot of other action adventure type movies, and I like that.
And even though there was like some slightly bonkers stuff, like
a submarine,
it still fit. Like it
submarine in
didn't
the
bother
Amazon
me.
River, you guys.
Yeah.
Just roll with it.
Who cares? Just go.
Oh my lord, yeah, that threw me for a bit. I had to suspend my disbelief on that submarine in the Amazon River. Let
And
me
then
tell
it
you.
just kept showing up in places.
Yeah.
Like it's just been creeping along this whole time.
Yeah. I was like, I have trouble with that, but let's roll with it, people. Like, just kind of talk about the Jungle Cruise ride, I guess. How does that rank as far as like your favorite like rides at Disney? Is it one of your favorite rides?
I like the Jungle Cruise ride. It's probably somewhere in the middle of, you know, favorite things to do. Or in the top tier of favorite things to do.
Yeah, I like the Jungle Cruise ride. It's one of my favorites. Like up there. Not my top favorite because I like Haunted Mansion the best, but it's up there pretty high. Yeah, once again, kind of the whole thing, how are they going to make this into like a 2-hour movie? Because all you're doing is you're just on that boat with a tour guide, you know? But somehow the movie worked doing that and took like a lot of the humor comedy that the tour guides have, putting in the movie and giving The Rock some of those lines, which worked. I liked how it starts, and he is a cruise captain or whatever, but like he's really fake and phony about stuff. Like everything is rigged. You know,
because I think he wants his to be the most entertaining.
Because I think you get the idea that they're here on the Amazon River or whatever, and they're trying to take advantage of wealthy
people.
Wealthy white people, pretty much. You know, pretty much wealthy white people during this time period with nothing else better to do than go to the Amazon and just spend their money. And so it's like he's taking advantage of that, trying to get as much money as he possibly can.
He keeps doing everything he can to like make people think they're in danger.
Yeah, in danger. Yeah,
and they're like, "Hurry up!" And he gets tipped.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that whole setup. That Because then, once again, that goes along with what you experience on the ride, with the cheesiness and silliness of the ride, you know? And then, yeah, the movie gets much darker from there.
Yeah, they just threw in all the jokes at the front. They were like, we're going to throw it in now. Because we don't have room for it later.
You gotta put the backside of water in there. I would have been upset if the backside of water was not in there. I guess moving on to characters. How'd you feel about characters?
I liked them. They were fun, funny.
Once again, the characters were very reminiscent of, like, the characters from The Mummy, I felt like. Which I was fine with. Because The Rock felt like Brendan Fraser, which is just funny because I feel like The Rock took over all of Brendan Fraser's roles that would have gone to Brendan Fraser have gone to The Rock, I feel like, which is funny.
Because then you have The Mummy and he was the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
So he went from the Scorpion King to taking
over Brendan Fraser's
all the roles.
Seriously, if Jungle Cruise was made back in maybe the late 90s, yeah, seriously, if this movie was made back in the late 90s, early 2000s, this would have been Brendan Fraser's role. You know? And that's what this movie felt like, and I love that, because that's what I miss. That's the type of movies I miss. It had a very, like, late 90s to early 2000s, just fun adventure. This movie, I think that's why I really enjoyed it so much, because it was so reminiscent of movies from like, our preteen, teenage years, which is the type of movies I really liked and enjoyed. And it's like, you don't really see movies like this made too often. And if they are made, they're done badly. Yeah. You know, and I think this was done, for the most part, pretty well. You know, because I stayed entertained and I liked it. I got great giggles out of it. Yeah. You know? But yeah, characters, yeah. The Rock felt like Brendan Fraser from The Mummy. Lily, played by Emily Blunt, felt like Evie, you know? Kind of a more modern woman in this time period. That's the thing too, the time period, the setting. Kind of like The Mummy too, with the early 1900s or whatever. And then you got the silly brother, who was like Jonathan from The Mummy. He was definitely giving me Jonathan vibes. But yeah, I really liked all the characters. I think they all balanced and worked off each other really well. And then, there is a bit of a romance story in there, but it's not like the whole movie. Yeah. You know, it's kind of just a really small part of it. And I think it gradually builds up nicely, because it's like, I think you're expecting it. It's Emily Blunt and The Rock. You're expecting some sort of romance to happen. Yeah.
But it's not overdone.
Yeah.
You're not like...
Yeah. Then we got a German guy in there, just randomly.
It's always got to be a random German guy.
Random German guy played by I believe he's American Jesse Plemons. Or is he Canadian? I think he's American. I know he's married to Kirsten Dunst, that's as much as I know. But yeah, he was playing a random German guy in this movie with a random submarine in the Amazon. Absolutely bizarre and absurd.
Anytime he'd show up, you'd be like, oh, this guy again.
And yeah, he was apparently a prince. They mentioned randomly that he was like a prince in Germany. I guess one of Kaiser Wilhelm's sons. I don't know. I meant to look that up, to look at all of Kaiser Wilhelm's sons, if this guy was a real son of his or a fictional one. I'm kind of hoping he was fictional, because I mean he got brutally murdered there at the end of the movie.
No, yeah.
I need to look that up. I need to look up all of Kaiser Wilhelm's children, if he was a real dude or not. Or the movie was just like, hey, we're just gonna make up a guy because we need an evil German. Yeah. Well, that's what you do in the early 1900s. You need evil Germans. So once again, kind of that Indiana Jones. It was almost very Indiana Jones, because in in that first movie, it's Nazis, ain't it? Or is it Nazis in all of them? I feel like there's Nazis in all of them. Aren't there Nazis in all of them?
They're in all of them.
Yeah, because this movie's set during World War I. I like that they made it a period piece. I think it worked really well as a period piece, more so than making it modern. I don't know if it would have worked as well being modern, because then there would be the technology factor, and this movie, it kind of relies on the fact that there's no technology. Yeah. You know? Because then if there was technology, they would have been able to, I think, maneuver around easier and find things. You know, I don't know. I feel like this being a period piece worked much more in its benefit. Yeah. Because it omitted cell phones and computers and like sonar on his little boat or what, you know, it omitted all of that.
See, I feel like if they would have made it modern, then it would have been one of those movies we were talking about that, you know, tries to have the action adventure, but it just comes out bad. Yeah. Maybe that's why, because if it's set in a modern setting, it just sucks. Yeah. And yeah, stuff set in a non-modern setting just works better for everything. And I think too, it probably helps with character growth as well. For like, you know, like how he kept calling her pants.
I love the running gag of pants because Lily, she's a woman in the early 1900s, and women are supposed to still be technically wearing, you know, just dresses and petticoats at that time period. You got to think, the movie was set, what, 1914? The movie was set in 1914, just think, I mean,
Or was
like...
it 18?
No, because that'd be the end of the war.
Oh.
It was set right there in 1914, which is literally the start of the war, and I mean, you got to think, too, Titanic was 1912. You know, think of how all the women, like, in the movie and whatnot, were dressed. And, yeah, she should be looking like that, technically. So, yeah, it would have been very scandalous for her to be wearing pants. So, yeah, I love that running gag.
And I think,
pants.
I think, too, with the men, like, trying to not control, trick. Like, you know, they were all trying to The Rock and then Paul Giamatti were trying to, like, you know, get her to take their cruise, you know, and like they you know, especially during that time, you could try and trick a woman more into, you know, doing certain things because they think, oh, that's a great deal, or you know, something like that.
I think what you're trying to say that The Rock or Frank, his name's Frank and Paul Giamatti's character, like, they underestimate her initially. They underestimate
like,
her initially.
Yeah. Like, she doesn't know what she, like, they think she doesn't know what she wants to do, and she's just some silly woman, another one of these silly women
that comes on the tours, that they're able to easily manipulate and control. But but
she knows exactly, like, where she's wanting to go and what she wants to do.
I love that they totally underestimate her, because she's really smart and intelligent and independent. They're not expecting that, because none of the other women come down are acting like her.
And then her brother I like that he just casually follows along. Like, he's used to it, and he's used to just being like, she's the lead, you know.
Yeah, I want to kind of get into that too with the brother-sister relationship, because you find out kind of halfway point of the movie he's gay. You know, it's not really shocking though. I wasn't really shocked. I wasn't really shocked.
But then at the same time, you're like, gay or European?
Yeah, gay or European.
Because he's very, look at me, look at all my fine outfits, you know, and that very posh accent.
Yeah.
So I think I already knew that his character was gay from stuff, but still, if not, I would have still been thinking, is he gay or European?
Yeah, gay or European. Who did that?
Graham Norton.
Graham Norton. If y'all have ever watched Graham Norton, he does, like, he has a little segment, and he's like, are they gay or European? I love that. But yeah, I liked Lily and McGregor's relationship, because he is still the man that he should be technically still in charge of the family, but it's like, because Lily definitely, she already knows he's gay.
Because he's out of the box as well.
Yeah.
So he understands where she comes from, that she's a female trying to make her way through all this stuff.
Because of how their relationship is and whatnot, because she is ostracized from society for being a peculiar woman, and he's ostracized from society because he's gay, and that works really well. Why? Because why are they tagging along with one another? You know? And why is he helping her with her research papers? You know, at the beginning when he's that's all her, that he's speaking out to that group of men and whatnot. You know? So it's like, why would they even be helping each other? But once you get that reveal that he's gay and whatnot, it's like, okay, it clicks. You know, they're both ostracized in their own way from society.
And then it's nice because she's already a confident person.
Yeah.
You know, with the way she is, and then he doesn't seem like he's confident. Like, that's why he's reading those notes and stuff that she wrote. But then when you get to the end of the movie, I think that's coming from him, not from her. What he's saying to all those that society or whatever they are, that now he was more, his tone was different, and he was more firm.
I like how he was at both of those meetings at the beginning and end, because at the beginning he's sitting there, he's flustered, he's stumbling over the notes, he's not even looking up at the crowd, but at the very end, I don't think he's even looking at any notes.
I don't think he even has notes.
And he is looking directly out at that crowd, and he's not flustered or stumbling or anything. So it's like he has a nice little character.
The journey through the Amazon.
Go through the Amazon jungle with The Rock, and you'll have character development. As far as like your other main villain in this, Aguirre, is that how it was pronounced? Aguirre, he was like a Spanish conquistador, is that how it's pronounced? The Spanish, when you know, because then you got a quick little flashback, it's at like 1556 or something, and yeah, that would have been the height of exploration during that time period, with especially with England and France and Spain all kind of battling out like who's going to get the most territory during that time period. Yeah, I like kind of that backstory with him. And then yeah, The Rock. Oh my God, guys, we haven't even mentioned The Rock. Like he's like 400 years old.
Yeah,
that was a twist. I did not see that.
That
coming.
was revealed about halfway.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
No,
whatsoever.
I hadn't seen any
spoilers,
about
none. Yeah,
which was nice.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't know anything about him being immortal, I guess. that came out of nowhere and I loved it. And once again, that gave it that Pirates of the Caribbean vibe just out of nowhere. You know, because in that first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, you know, you get the reveal, well, all these pirates, you know, they're dead. They need to put all the gold back in the little chest things so they can undo the curse. So yeah, this movie has a very similar sort of thing, but they have to undo the curse, you know. But yeah, I love that whole thing with Frank, the Frank character, and his relationship with Aguirre or whatever, and they're both explorers, you know, they got cursed.
And so then that's how he, you know, then it makes sense too why he's doing the Amazon River.
Because he has to stay by the water. Because
yeah.
there's that whole thing, they have to stay by the water, I guess, because if they venture out too far, they get sucked back in or something crazy.
And also too, like how he's made his crew so elaborate with tricking people, you know, he's had a lot of time to do his thing.
So, are we hoping for another movie after this?
That'd be nice. But I'd like the same people.
Yeah. I think they would...
Like, I would like, you know, like Emily Blunt be like, oh,
Yeah.
I heard of this tale over in the Nile.
In the Nile, yeah.
So let's go that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if they did another movie, they would probably do the Nile, because the Nile is one of the rivers you do on the Jungle Cruise, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, I think they would probably do the Nile
because
next.
you don't want to be in denial.
Denial. Still think that was good. But yeah, I think they would probably do the Nile River next and do something with Egypt or Egyptian mythology or whatever, you know. And yeah, they could all come back. I think what they would do, they'd probably get a different captain, you know, different boat captain or something. Or if not a captain, like at least a guide, a tour guide of some sort, you know.
I hope the Jaguar.
Oh my God, we've not even talked about the little jaguar. What was he, a jaguar or leopard? He was some sort of big cat. Or she.
I guess it was a leopard.
What was her name? I forgot her name.
Start with a P.
It started with a P. Oh, not Phoenix. Oh no, I forgot the kitty cat's name. The kitty cat stole the movie, let me tell you. I even liked that the cat was part of the manipulation going on at the beginning, because Frank had I guess was kind of timing it out that the cat would come in and try to scare the crap out of everybody.
Yeah, so he could get what he wanted.
Yeah, so he can get what he wanted. Even the cat was part of the con. I loved it. Oh, and I just love the relationship with the cat and McGregor. It's like, I think they had the best little relationship going. That was cute. Yeah, I love the cat. Yeah, I don't know how they would get the cat to come back with them on the Nile River. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I hope it does.
Well, it's in London right now, so I'm sure it can get to the Nile.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, the movie ended and they were back in England, and yeah, there's the cat right there in the back of the car. Oh, Lord. But yeah, any final thoughts on the Jungle Cruise?
No.
This
is enjoyable.
Yep, really fun, reminiscent of late 90s, early 2000s movie.
It's a good movie if you want a good laugh. Like a proper laugh.
So yeah, how would you rank Jungle Cruise on a scale of 1 to 10 Nick years?
I'll give it a 9.
Yeah, I'll go for a 9. Yeah. It's not, I know we're sitting here ranking and you're thinking, God damn, that's an awfully high ranking for a movie like this, but I'm kind of ranking it just more on entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, entertainment and rewatchability.
Yeah. Like I could plop down if it was halfway through on TV or something. Just watch it.
I did. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with it, and I could definitely see myself sitting down and watching it again. And yeah, I want another movie. I liked it that much. I would like another movie. I never really even saw reviews for this movie. I'm not sure how well received it was. If people even liked it.
I never paid attention.
I'm not sure if people liked it or hated it, or maybe we're weird. I don't know. You know, I have a feeling people hated it. Because it seems like whenever we like something, people hate everything. I don't know, we're very lenient when it comes to entertainment, you guys. So is that it? So you guys, have you seen The Jungle Cruise? Did you like it? Or if you hated it, that's okay. Let us know your thoughts down below. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.